You ever feel like you should bang your head off a wall? You ever get that when you listen to craziness? Now, this video will definitely lose me subscribers or people that want to watch it because of the subject matter, but just rest assured, before you do it, just bear in mind that I'm from the UK, okay? And we think about it in a different way. And I'm talking about gun control. Right? Now, over in the UK, vast majority of people in the UK don't have guns. Right? You can check out some of the YouTubers from America that now live in the UK and what they think about it. Okay, the UK don't go around with mad teenagers and shooting up schools, and most of the world think that's nuts when we constantly hear stuff from America with teenagers and that you have to go through some sort of scanner thing or whatever, right? And to that school because it could be a teenager carrying guns, right? So it's kind of nuts. But again, that's probably not the case. You probably don't have that in schools. Maybe someday, And it's like in America, you have like Obama wanted gun control, and then you had this other side of America that was all about, that 100-year-old law about, the right to bear arms and stuff, and it's just, to be honest, it's nuts. It's like listening to the Bible, okay, and taking it word for word, something that was written, so many years ago that's still to be updated, and as you know, I've over in the UK, the only people that really use guns are police and it's like tasers and stuff, and it's a special unit, I believe, that carry a gun, and they get what for, right? I presume so does America. If somebody gets shot, cop or not cop, but really the news about a shooting in the UK is very low, and of course your president just now, Trump, he's all up for gun control. Everything's all, he wants every kid to have guns and everything else. So what's the point of this video? Well, I've left a link. I'll be leaving a link to this mad woman here, right? And somehow she has this beef about Supergirl when it comes to gun control, but this guy shooting another guy with a machine gun, and it came across the problem that she was having was they weren't using the right terminology about the machine gun, right? It's an AK-47 rifle, whatnot. And see, that is the difference. I couldn't give a toss, right? What sort of machine? All I knew was it was a gun, fires bullets, machine gun. I don't care. Right? You could call it the banana gun. I had no thing mate about the gun, and then she goes on. It's this program's agenda about gun control or getting rid of guns and going up against it. And listen, says, well, it's a comic book hero show, right? And they're meant, and as far as I know, comics are meant to inspire, and DC Comics has always inspired me, same as Star Trek inspired me, of an ideal world and an ideal way of thinking where you don't go around shooting people or knowing the details of every machine gun, or that you solve issues with a gun. And if it's aliens, say they come down, you get some sort of gun control where they're not allowed to have guns. It's like going into a nightclub. Leave your guns at the door or whatnot if you're coming into the country, or so it's maybe going into the nightclub. It's not a big a deal. But no, this lassie's coming, and I could only stomach so much. And this was her main issue. And I can't. And I says, no, listen, when I was watching the scene of Jimmy Olsen getting fired at with guns. I couldn't care less that the guy wasn't somehow vibrating by the machine gun going off or getting back. I don't really need that authenticity of what it's like to fire a gun. The only people that would have that are some sort of gun nut jobs, gun stuff, and it just makes me, you know, it makes me worried. It really does to hear somebody like that talk. Now, I do watch American movies, and the things that do, you know, because I grew up watching American movies, and the thing that always makes me feel good are when you watch those families and watch those movies and the families don't have a gun in the house. They don't believe it. They don't believe in them. They're dangerous. They're stupid and everything else. And but down a minute. And so, and then another thing, I've got to go for dinner now. Another thing is, but so that sort of gave me hope. But then there was another. So I watched another video today, and it was about a coloured guy, and he was talking about sex, and gender and race, and why there was, you know, a black Jimmy Olsen. Again, I had no big problem with it, but when I do watch programs like this, I wonder, they're just playing the safe card, you know? Like every episode has to have a lesbian or a gay person in it, or everybody has to have a coloured person in it, like Arrow with Mr. Diggle. It has to be coloured. It doesn't really do it justice, but we're all trying to be fair. And it's correct, political correctness gone haywire, right? And I'm glad this, and again, the link will be at the video, link will be at the end. I advise you to watch this guy. I've got a lot of respect for this American. And that is the sort of values that we should be paying attention to. You know, not about gun control and who's, it's about just forget about political correctness. Forget about trying to train our minds. We already know what's right and what's wrong in the world. What's wrong in the world is people shooting everybody. What's wrong in the world is that we should know what type of machine guns they are and we should train it to our kids. No. What's wrong with the world is we shouldn't have guns, period. And that we should actually talk instead of making war. I mean, as you know, watching films like The Post, America loves war, and that's why somehow they went to Vietnam, because they made a, you know, that's why they went to Afghanistan, because they made a war up with Vietnam. You know, you check your history, it's all about money, controls and guns. And if somebody wants to make a statement where you don't kill people with a machine gun, so be it. So be it. And this coloured guy as well saying, you know, he wants heroes to look up to. You know, he wants heroes, but for him, it doesn't have to be a black person or a white person. So forget about all this sort of negativity, trying to get people to say, oh, I can't respect him because he's black. Right? There's nothing wrong with respecting somebody of a different race, it's just as long as they don't get shoved in your face. And when it comes to gun control, what's wrong with comics doing that? God, you had a problem with Batman killing people with, you know, machine guns and everything else. The world is crazy and mixed up. The only reason I've got a problem with Supergirl, again, is gender equality. They're pushing men down. They're pushing them down. I couldn't give a toss about guns. I think it's a good subject. Get rid of guns. Get rid of things, instruments of killing. You know, and that is the basis of Superman. And that's also the basis of a well-minded Batman. He doesn't like guns. You know, but then again, the people that love guns will attack Batman next, won't they? It's nuts. So let's think of better subjects to attack a series that's trying to make a statement which is good for humanity, right? But lo and behold, having subject matter that is about race or what colour a person's skin is playing them or what, let's just keep characters the way they're portrayed. That is going down the wrong route. Okay, and it's not respected by anybody. If you want to end racism or bigotry or gender equality, then listen, that is not how you do it. You just treat people with respect, not changing characters, religion or background. You keep characters the same, you invent new characters to hold that story. You don't need a female Doctor Who or a female James Bond. You just invent a new character for that. Well, hopefully this has all made sense to you. I'm away for dinner now.